Greetings, fellow cruisers. This is Jeff from Enjoy Life Traveling. Today we are in Cozumel and we're going to visit El Cid. This is going to be on a day pass, and this is going to be the closest beach that you can find to the port. And I'm talking about International Pier, the one right next to it, Playa Maya, I think it is. You're probably talking maybe 5 minutes from Playa Maya and maybe a minute from International Pier. And I say that from the point of where you're actually out of the port itself. It is super, super close if you have mobility issues, but you're trying to get to a place. Very easily, this might be the place that you want to go. Now, the pools do not have the things that you would need as far as to put someone in and out of a pool if they were that immobile. But I did want to show you, because if you want to go to a place and get a view, and you want to go to a place and have a pool or a hot tub or some beach, this might be a very good choice for you. So I wanted to kind of show you around, because this is also a hotel. It's an older hotel, and I looked at the prices of the rooms, and around March, they were right around 200-ish for the rooms. I don't know a whole lot about the rooms themselves. I do know that there's a lot of always construction going on, and I'll kind of get to that later. But the lobby area itself is very nice, and as you can see, this is actually about 2 or 3 weeks, probably 3 weeks before Christmas, that I am here and showing you this. So this is your view, and you are going to see very quickly that when I talk about being close to port, you're close to port. That's the hot tub right there. That is it. And then your pool is over here. So again, it's an older facility, so it's not huge, but it also doesn't get, at least from what I've seen, it doesn't get overcrowded, which, at least to me anyway, there's some value to that. So as I'm kind of walking through here, I'm wanting to sort of give you the lay of the land. And I'm here at roughly noonish or so. So this is it. Now, again, it's December, but still, this is it. And when you're in a place like Cozumel, and usually people are leaving cold weather, they are wanting to be at the beach. And I think that there was, I'm going to say, a total of 5 ships, I believe, in port that day. So it wasn't a small amount. I think 8 is the maximum that I've seen, at least in the 3 ports that are nearby. So as you probably saw as I was coming in there, this is a rock wall there. So it's not actually like true beach where you walk right in. However, there is an area for that, and I am going to show you that a little later in the video. But on this side, this is all built up to where there's sand there. And it's still very attractive, still a pretty area to visit, a great view. There's not a bunch of stuff out in the ocean other than the ship. And a lot of people want to see the ships. That's a part of the experience. So this is a place that's at least worth considering. It is not, at least in my opinion, quite as great as some of the other ones that are around, whether that be Notch-Cacombe, really any of them, Mr. Sancho's, Paradise Beach. I would say that this is a bit of a step down. Again, it's an older place, but it is close. It's within walking distance, and you don't have to get a taxi there, and that's a big deal, particularly if you're nervous about that. And if you've never been to Cozumel, this place and the other place, which is the adults only, Del Mar Latina, which is, I want to say right next door, but it's only a couple minute walk farther. Those are places worth considering. So if you are going to Cozumel and you're looking for something that's close and you're afraid of that taxi ride, this is a good option. And the price is a little more reasonable than the last time that I had asked. When I was through here, I want to say a year ago, they wanted about $100, and it's gone down. And I'll get to the pricing here in a little bit, but there are other options rather than to just the all-inclusive version of that, which I thought was fairly interesting. So I like the fact that these beds here that they have, that there was a mat on them. Sometimes you get those and there's not. And the ones that you saw that are out to your right there, those are those blue, but they are at least the fabric and not just sitting on plastic, which I've had a few places that's what they do. So at least you got that going for you. And again, I think that the view and all that makes this worth considering for sure. The other thing is that if you do happen to get rain, one is that the area that is where you can kind of see the big palapa, if you want to call it that, that holds a lot of people. And so I'll get to that here in a minute. This is the side to where there is a little bit of a beach where you have access to go from sand straight into the ocean. But if those places up there, those apartments, those seem to be always under construction, and they were this day too. I've got the volume down so you can't hear all the knocking. But yeah, that was definitely going on here, and I'll give you a better look at the beach here in a minute. But again, that would not be a bad view here of an ocean and then your ship, and that was the ship that I was on. That is, gosh, that was Brilliance of the Seas. That's what that was. I was just on her sister ship before making this video, Jewel of the Seas. So that's it. That's the part where you walk in, but I'll get you a better view of it here in just a second. Right in this general area, there's also a place to do massages that they offer, and that's obviously not a part of the all-inclusive, and I'll kind of give you a quick look at that here in a moment. But yeah, you can tell that how close you are, and you can tell it's fairly well maintained. Again, I don't know enough about those rooms, so I don't know that I would necessarily recommend it without looking into it further. But at least from what you can see from the outside, it's pretty good. Again, the catch being is that it's often under construction. So I don't know how much that plays in. It doesn't sound like from when I've been there that they're doing the whole place in one shot. They're doing it a little at a time. So that's good in regards to not having a huge amount of noise at one moment, but it's been going on for, it seems like they're always remodeling, day after day, year after year, trying to get some stuff done, which I guess is a good thing. So anyway, this is the place I was talking about that is covered, and this is a very large area. So obviously it's mostly there for your food, and I'll show you a little bit of the food here in a moment. While I did not try the food, I did talk to some people, and they said that it was pretty good. And I do believe that when I'm talking to somebody there live versus, maybe some Facebook post or something like that. So I did put some credence into actually, talking to someone that's there and feeling much more comfortable about the food. And it did. It looked good. I've seen sometimes, you get the food and you can tell what you're getting is dry, or you get it and it's not cold. And again, there were no complaints on this. The staff was very friendly, and there was a lot of them. That's the food right there. But I appreciate that, because I didn't know what to expect when I came in there. When I got through as far as the hotel area, I didn't get a whole lot of communication from anybody from a greeting standpoint. I actually had to get the guy and talk to him about what I was looking to do here. And again, I'll get to that in a moment. But when I got in here, particularly past like the hotel part, that's when you really saw the service and the servers, and there was a lot of them. There was a little bit of standing around talking, but again, there was so many servers and employees there versus the amount of people that were there visiting the place. I really couldn't fault them there, and they were reasonably attentive with that. As you can tell with this picture here, I took the sound down because there's music going on there, and it's not crazy loud, but it is appropriate for what you're doing, for where you're at. It's not, that sort of nightclub kind of a vibe that you get sort of like from a Mr. Sancho's. As far as who this resort would be best for, would be someone who's maybe new to traveling and they're nervous about getting in a taxi. There are kids that are allowed in here, so it's got that going for them. It's not, again, if you travel a lot or if you are unafraid to get in the taxis and such like that, there's some places that I would probably say that would be a better fit than what this place would be, but it's fine. I mean, and you're going to save money, because for what it's going to cost to be here versus there, you'll save in the taxi. It's close as far as the all-inclusive portion of that, and again, that's important. So I spoke with Ari, and he said it was $25 for the basic or $65 for all-inclusive. However, they let me, and I told them I just walked right in and bought a beer at the bar. I couldn't have a seat or anything. I could just walk around and get a look. If you're going to Cozumel and looking for a place to have fun, I have multiple videos out there. Please check out the channel for further information. Thanks for watching. Bye.